Yeah. We are now back at the Shits Podcast where we're either shooting the shit, starting some shit, or picking up a shit left off. I'm your host, Monsoons, the coolest cat you heard thus far. Yo, and this week on the podcast, I always tell y'all we got very special guests to the podcast, and this week it is no exception. Only thing about this week is we got two very special guests to the podcast. One of them is someone who has been here before, and the other one is somebody that I literally met today. Like, real shit. Like, it's fucking awesome. You know what I'm saying? So, with no further ado, I want y'all to give a huge round of applause for content creator extraordinaire, B. Karrington. Oh. And the one, the only, repeat offender, one and only Liz Toussaint, y'all.
I didn't get like a verb put in front of my introduction.
Hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
All right, so I would say this. So the reason why I had to break it down like that, like I said, I literally just met B. Karrington today, and she has awesome energy to it from what I've seen so far. When it comes down to Liz Toussaint, I got to say this. From what I've known, you have always had an awesome aura to you. I have watched you evolve from not just a performer, but also to a radio personality and also an author and also a manager. You know what I'm saying? So you got a lot of shit going on. So that's why I said this is a really dope episode today because not mixing it up, but it's a lot of energy going on there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So before I go any further, though, I have to say this much. Y'all make sure y'all check out the Ownership Club every Sunday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. on Soul 106.3 FM, where you can not only see myself, but you can also see Liz Toussaint. And after that, after you get done checking out the Ownership Club on Soul 106.3 FM, head over to the Hideaway at 1245 Burnham Avenue in Cayman City, Illinois. Get your drink on, get your dance on. They got food and shit too. They got vendors. They be selling all types of shit. And for all my adults out there that's doing adult things, y'all make sure y'all check out Club Infamous. That's at icelounge.net. And that's all I'm saying about that because, that's all you need to know. Just check out the internet. Well, the website, whatever. So, this week, B. Karrington.
Yes.
You are our co-host today. So you got put in a position today. You are the co-host today. And Liz Toussaint, you are a very special guest. So we like to do a check-in. So B, how your week been?
My week has been great. I've just been at home with my baby girl.
Okay.
You know, enjoying the holidays with my family. That's about it.
Where you from?
I'm from Memphis.
I had to put it out there because that
Big Memphis.
yeah, Big Memphis. Put a big M on that.
Yeah, Big M.
Okay. Liz, how your week been?
That is a loaded question.
Why?
I mean, do we really? Okay, you asked. So
Yeah.
I have been practicing what I preached this week.
Oh, let us know.
So this week I started my book that I wrote. It's called Who Do You Think You Are? And I wrote this based off of the tactics that I used to get through some of the hardest times in my life.
Uh-huh.
So
And
when
it definitely applies now, right?
Yeah. So when you are ending something to become something else,
Okay.
you grieve the person that you were.
Mm.
And so we think that when we are struggling, when we're going through the growth spurt, that life is just hard and all this other stuff. But the truth is life has always been hard.
Mm-hmm.
Life has always done what it's doing, right?
Right.
But now life is doing what it's doing while you are transforming.
Okay.
And so I had to create like systems to hack myself so that I wouldn't break.
And what system did you create?
So all those systems are in this book.
Awesome.
So the book is a workbook. It's a vision board workbook.
Okay.
And so it starts with getting you clear about what the vision is that you have for yourself.
Okay.
Right? And then once you're clear about that, then I break it down even further and ask you specific questions about specific experiences so that you can identify how you want to feel.
I'm glad you said that because I was reading a book and it was a part in the book that was kind of challenging for me when it was saying vision what you're eating. Like the day of, like vision a day in your life that everything is going well for you and it's just everything is clicking and I started doing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then it was like, well, now vision what you eating.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Vision what you eating for breakfast.
Right.
Vision what you eating for lunch. Vision what you eating for dinner. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, all of it is bad shit. You know what I'm saying?
Wait. So my book does the same thing. However, my book is asking you, it's the best day, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm talking about your book. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm talking about your book.
Right now. So if it's your best day, then, and you're showing up as the person that you're desiring to be, honestly though, what does that person eat?
And that's why I said, for me, it's like a bunch of bad shit.
But why? Just be honest. Like,
a lot of chicken.
Think about the person, who the person is. And I'm going to just talk about my person. Right?
Okay.
My person has a really fit, healthy body that she's proud of, right?
Okay.
So on her favorite day, she's eating something that is of high quality.
Okay.
Because she's feeding herself things that support the person that she's becoming.
Got it.
Because at the end of the day, everything is about self-love, right?
Okay.
So once you've identified who the person is that you would like to become, then you start loving yourself into that person. So this book will walk you through your own thoughts about yourself. And then based on what you know about yourself, you know how to soothe yourself when you're having moments.
Right.
So at the beginning of this week, my father went into the hospital.
Sorry about hearing about that.
It was rough. And at the same time, I started my book the same day.
Wow.
I did the first exercise in my book, and my father went into the hospital an hour later.
Wow.
So now I have a clear understanding of who it is that I am becoming. Not right? Because I'm not in want anymore. I've put the shoes on.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So I'm learning to walk in these shoes.
Okay.
And so now I have to practice my keynote, which is called Embrace the Twist. Because life is twisted anyway. You got on the roller coaster. Right. You know what I'm saying? When you came through your mother onto this ride, you own this roller coaster. So you're feeling every time the earth shifts. You feel every time the moon comes. You're feeling all of it, whether you know it or not.
Yeah.
And so when life shifts on you, right, you're sitting there scared because you don't know what's in the future. So you do all of whatever your control mechanisms are that you created when you were 5 the first time that you got scared. Right?
Yeah.
And so now you're responding to life like a child because that's the way you've learned to protect yourself your whole life.
It's to respond like a child.
So if you had an experience at 5, the first time that you had that experience, you didn't know how to react to it.
True.
Because you never had it
about
before.
it, yeah.
But after it was over, you said to yourself, the next time that happens,
I know how I'm going to respond to it.
I know how I'm going to respond to it.
Yeah.
And then it never happens again, and then you're 35. Whoa. And something happens that creates an experience that reminds you of it. And so the response that you automatically give is the one the 5-year-old wrote.
Got it. Hey, yo, we got to take a break real quick. Hey, yo, shout out to everybody out there that's grown as hell but still acting like 5-year-olds and pissing on themselves. Hey, yo, it's the Shits Podcast, man. We'll be back. It's the Shits.
Right? And what is it? It's all about the shits. Either you the shit or you not. And when you the shit, you got the ism. You got the realism, whatever other words you want to use, and you put ism on it, you the shit of that.
All right. We are now back at the Shits Podcast. And we are chilling with the phenomenal Liz Toussaint and B. Karrington. And my girl Liz was telling us about the book, Who Do You Think You Are? So speaking of who do you think you are, B. Karrington, who do you think you are?
You know, I think I've started my life over several times. Like I'm 40.
Okay.
Okay. So right now, like I'm a content creator, right? And I've heard from 20-year-olds like, you're 40 and you're a content creator, you know? And now it's like, okay, I started feeling like, I'm too old for that. But then I started feeling like 40 is not old. You know, you're not done with life. You're not done with life until you're actually, done with life.
Right.
Until life is over. So, right now I'm a content creator. I'm a wife, a mother. I'm just trying to find myself over again, especially after losing my mom. So I'm just really just trying to find myself over again, really.
Okay. Liz, in your book, I believe it does talk about self-discovery, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think is the scariest thing about self-discovery?
It's the hardest thing.
Okay.
Which is telling yourself the truth.
See, so some people may say the truth is relative, right?
No, it's not.
Okay, elaborate.
So, I don't think people understand what the truth truly is. The truth is that feeling that you feel in the middle of your heart that you don't say out loud. That thing that thing in your heart, if you will allow your heart to speak its mind.
Okay.
That's the truth.
Damn. That really makes me think, like, when was the last time I heard that?
Right. Because we don't have conversations with our hearts.
What do we have conversations with?
Social media. And
I was going to say, she right, though. She's right.
We're having conversations with social media, our insecurities, our limiting beliefs, and our dreams.
Oh, shit.
We are not having conversations with our heart. And so we're out here. It's basically like a room of low-level executives having an argument about what we should do next, and nobody's talked to the visionary.
Damn.
Because you don't know the vision.
Wow.
The person, the entity that knows the vision is your heart. Think about it. When you were born, the first signal that you sent out into the world that you was coming was your heartbeat.
God damn it.
That's your beat. Each one of us have our own specific beat. Now, I read energy. I don't usually tell people that. But I can read.
Why not, though? Why don't you tell people that?
Because before I was a coach,
okay,
people want to know from psychics. I don't identify as one, but I read energy.
Okay.
So I just happen to be accurate a lot. Let me just say that.
Okay.
So most people want to know the answer to their superficial question.
That resonated with you.
Because that's me. Like, that's me. I'm very honest about who I am.
Okay.
Being superficial in the past, I'm not going to lie. I would ask my sister is an empath, as they say. And I have been to a psychic before. And my number one question was, is my business going to, take off? Am I going to make? That's a superficial question.
It's a superficial question, but not really, right? So here's where my issue is. When they ask a superficial question and they want, so it is kind of superficial because it's not, but for a person who's doing healing work like me, I'm looking at your question and trying to figure out what the root of the question is, because that's where the answer is, right? But some people don't want that. They just want you to tell them if their business is going to do okay, and then they just gone on their merry way.
And that was me.
Right. And I don't want to sit with them. I don't, because I've done so much work to get to a place where I feel comfortable in my body. When I see other people who are gifted that are not ready, I need to give my energy to the ones that are ready, right? And so I was like, I'll become a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Because then if you come to me, you know I'm finna coach you. You're not looking for me to give you the answer. You're okay with me guiding you to yourself.
How can you tell somebody's ready?
Because they will do the work.
Mm.
Like I know I've worked with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I know when I'm looking at somebody who's ready because I don't have to call them.
Mm.
When you ready, you will walk in the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm not knocking on no doors. I'm not trying to convince nobody to think like me. Everybody's having their own individual experience. You come across the thing that is working for you at that time.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
It's always perfect timing for you.
Right.
And if we allow everyone to have their own individual perfect timing experiences, when it is time for them to be in your space, they just will appear.
Mm.
And it's just the truth. Because look at us. Like you and I appeared in each other's lives
Yeah, that's true.
after 20 some odd years in a very meaningful way.
It's like I can hear the violins playing in the background while you saying that. Go ahead though.
Like for real, me and Monsoon used to be at the Cotton Club back in the day.
Right.
Like when everybody was there, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like he was cool, I was cool. I don't think I had your phone number.
Nah, not at all.
And right now, you asked me earlier, when did we relink? And I don't know
Yeah, I didn't know
when
either.
it was. I don't know when
It
it
just
was.
happened.
It just happened.
It just happened.
And then we just stayed in each other's atmosphere.
See that?
Right. And that's
That's for the
are
documentary.
relationships. Those are the relationships that I love though. If you can, like the best relationship is the one where one person is orbiting their atmosphere, you're orbiting yours, and then you just happen to be in the same space. There's no effort needed. There's no you should have done this and this is how that should have looked and you should have showed up for me and blah, blah, blah. We're showing up for ourselves. And because we're showing up for ourselves, we're showing up in the same spaces.
Yeah.
Because we're going in the same direction without pulling each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's interesting and awesome at the same time. Okay, in your book, you wrote, humans swim in energy just as fish swim in water. Right. Elaborate on that.
So, do you think fish know
the damn
they
water?
swim in water?
Yeah.
You do?
I think so. I mean,
so if fish know that they swim in water, then they're smarter than us. Because I genuinely don't know that fish know that they swim in water. It is my assumption that they don't because we swim in energy just like they swim in water.
And I think we know.
I don't think we know.
I didn't.
You don't think?
I didn't.
I know so many people that don't know.
I'm one of them.
I think we know. Because I can walk in a room and I can walk right back out that room. Because when I walk in that room, I can feel that energy from the door. Like soon as I get ready to knock on the door or ring that doorbell, I can feel that energy. I can look around that door.
You can.
Okay, yeah.
But is everybody aware of themselves and their nervous system? So that's what it is, right? Mm-hmm. It's our nervous system that's allowing us to feel. Yeah. I actually call it the Trinity. It's your nervous system, it's your heart, and it's your brain. Mm-hmm. And so your nervous system is feeling the energy around you, and your heart is responding to whether or not your brain should be aware that there's a problem.
Mm-hmm. So to piggyback off what B just said and what you just said, in some psychology books, some people will call that being in tune with yourself.
Yeah.
So you said like you can notice that energy that
yes,
because you can feel it like within yourself.
I can feel it within myself, and I can feel it through anything. Before I answer a phone call, it's just anything. Even if I'm talking to you on the phone, I can feel your energy through the phone. It's just it's something that I didn't have back then. I wasn't in tune with myself, but now I'm very in tune with myself. So I can really just feel things. I feel everything.
Yo, we gotta take a break real quick. And man, shout out to everybody out there that's can feel energy through the phone because you calling off a prime code phone. Shit bogus. It's the Shits podcast, man. It's the shit.
Jaja Smith, Seven Heaven at gmail.com, Seven Heaven at Instagram, Seven Heaven Facebook, Jaja Smith Facebook, Jaja Smith 20 Instagram. I have the cupcakes that you need. I have the cupcakes that you want and all the flavors, any flavor that you can imagine. Chocolate chip cookies, any type of sweet treats. That's why it's 7 sweet treats, y'all. Mobile, if you want to call me, area code 872-225-2680. That's 872-225-2680.
Yo, we are not back at the Shits podcast. And like I said, y'all, it's an awesome night. It's a lot of energy in this motherfucker, man. We swimming in a whole bunch of energy. Real talk. Like, you got to turn on, like, the green lights. It is green lights, ain't though. You know what I'm saying? To really know what we swimming in. So, Liz, you got the book. Where can they find the book?
So the book is available online everywhere. Amazon, Thrift Books, Barnes and Noble.
Okay.
You can just Google it and like whatever
You
wanna
got
use.
coloring pages in there too.
I do have coloring pages.
Hey y'all, real talk. I was reading the book off my phone, so I really couldn't do the coloring pages. Like, it's right there. But I thought about it, like, damn, I wish I had like the book in front of me because I can color. Cause I like the color. You know what I'm saying?
I like the
That
color.
don't make me
too.
slow. No shit like
I like
that.
the color too. So I put the coloring page in because I know for me,
Mhm.
when I have a hard time clearing my head, I paint.
Check that shit out.
And so I was like, if somebody is doing what I did, because
Yeah.
this book is what I did.
Yeah.
So if somebody is doing what I did, then when they get here, they probably need a minute. But if you give me a minute and you don't focus my minute, I'm not going to come back to that part of the book.
Okay.
So I was like, let me stop. I'm going to put a coloring page here because that's what I did while I was writing the book. When I got stunted, I colored.
Okay.
And when I was done, while I was coloring, all of the information was coming.
Come right back to you.
Yeah, because it's like meditation.
Yeah. What's your favorite color?
I knew you were going to ask me that.
Cause
And
you
I
right here.
practiced-
Damn.
And I practiced my answer.
No, we don't practice answers.
Hold
We don't say
on.
that shit.
Hold on, because whenever I have a premonition, I always call myself preparing, right? So I practiced an answer. Do you know that I don't remember what it was? Because I didn't believe that you was gonna actually ask me that.
On that?
See, this is a lesson in when spirit tell you to do something, you do it. Because if I'd have done what I was told, I would have a great answer
that?
for that.
See-
But I didn't. However, my favorite color right now is a deep teal color.
Damn, that sound beautiful.
It is like, it's actually my ceiling. And it's like, I don't know, it feels navy, but it feels green.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel dark, but it feels warm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's hard to describe, but it really feels good to me. So in the book, I do ask that question. I think I have a question about color. No, it's my course. I do have a course that goes to the book.
Okay.
And in the course, we deal with color because of how the color makes you feel.
Why are colors important?
Well, colors, you are asking some really esoteric questions. Okay, so
I'm about to look that word up in a minute too.
So one day during a meditation, I was taught that colors are connected to different energies.
Okay.
And so let's take red, for instance.
That's the first color I was thinking about was
Of course
red.
it was. I saw it. So
This is scary. Go ahead though.
So the color red represents, when you see it, it represents caution,
Yeah.
heat,
Yep.
excitement,
Final notice.
fear, right? It's hot. So when you see red, you're getting all of those associations from the energy of that color.
Okay.
So when someone is trying to communicate something to you with a color, you'll get it's
It's real.
bold, it's out. You know what I'm saying? And the feeling that the color red is attached to is fear.
Mm.
Because isn't fear hot?
No disrespect to the Bloods. Just saying, we don't want no problems.
I mean, but maybe the Bloods feel like they are projecting fear
And they are to be
into
feared.
other people. They are to be feared.
So what are the Crips projecting?
So blue is representative. Why am I dissecting gang colors? This is not what I came here for.
I'm just saying, you know.
And I was about to do it too, but I'm not finna do that.
What
Then they
What
gonna
do you
be
think
having
about
think
black?
pieces. The color black is the absence of color.
Because that's my
That's your favorite color,
Your
black?
favorite color?
yes, I painted my living room wall, accent wall black. Everything in my house is black and white.
So black to me represents.
Sorry.
And you'll notice that in anything I say, I'm gonna say something positive. Even if I say something negative, I'm gonna end it with something positive because everything is positive. But black is void of color. You know what I'm saying? And what happens when we are void of color? When you put something in the ground, it becomes void of light. I guess that's what I should have said. Black is void of light, right? And actually, my daddy just said this to me. Was it my dad? No. It was my friend. It might have been my dad. I don't know. They remind me of each other. So you can't see light in the darkness unless there's light behind it. Right? It's something like that.
Think
You
about
can't
that.
you can't see behind a dark curtain unless there's light behind it.
Yeah.
Right? Unless there's something behind it. I don't remember.
Unless it's a light-skinned person behind it.
Oh, hush. I'm
Go ahead,
saying it
Dawn.
wrong. I'm saying it wrong. Edit all of this out. But what I got from that is in darkness has value to give light a stage.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And when light shows up, it creates moisture because of the heat and then growth. So black to me is essential.
Y'all heard that. Black is essential.
Black is essential.
Exactly. Black
The color black
essential.
is essential. It truly is. Because it outlines everything.
What has, and this question actually is to both of y'all. What has been the most beautiful thing you have learned about yourself?
That I can change. And what I mean by that is before getting into my relationship and getting married and everything, I was a very violent person.
Me too.
Very violent, very
She looked me right in the face when she said that shit to us words. She was like, I was a very violent person.
Me too.
very violent, very angry, very aggressive, very just everything.
Yeah.
I didn't think I could be a soft, if you made me mad, I can say, okay, and keep it moving. It used to be like, you do something to me, I'm gonna do something to you.
Wow.
And now I realize, no, you can change. You don't have to be that way. And I do thank my husband in part for that, because he always said, if you put your hands on me, you're going to jail. But he did, right? That was another thing that
That's a
made me
good
change.
Let you know.
That's a good man.
And therapy helped.
Okay.
And that's what I learned about myself. Like, the beautiful part, like, you can change, and you don't even have to be that person. You don't even have to recognize that person used to be. Just leave that person where it was at, where they were at, and change. You are new.
There you go.
You started new. You are new. You are somebody totally different.
What about you, Liz?
Ask
The
question
most
again.
beautiful thing you have learned about yourself. You have discovered about yourself.
So today,
Mhm.
I don't know what I was doing or reading when I had this epiphany, but I realized that in trying to raise my children different than I was raised, I have created a process that allows them to grow and requires me to grow.
Elaborate.
So when you have little children, you do everything for them.
Yes.
And then they get to a certain age and you're in the habit of still doing everything for them.
Yeah.
And then they get to a certain age where they should be doing things for themselves,
like
and they don't. They need all of the instruction in the world, right? Yeah. With my children, I let them go in stages, and when I let them go, I had to let go of parts of myself that was caring for that child. Yeah. That child is not that child anymore, so I have to become a different mother for this child. Every year, my children changed, and I had to change with them.
That's the stressful part of it. Well, that's. I'm glad you said that. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Oh, no worries.
I was just talking to my wife about that, and I was like, man, having kids, it's a beautiful thing. It also can be stressful because you want the best for them, so you're so overprotective of them, not just physically, but emotionally. And mentally, you don't want them to be hurt. But you got to understand that sometimes they have to, because they have to learn. You know what I'm saying? And then you just said that they change. So the things that you was doing with them a year ago that you thought was awesome, they feel like, I don't like doing that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, we got to take a break real quick. Hey, man, shout out to all the kids out there that like doing stuff like last year but don't like doing them all. I'm really talking about my kids, y'all. It's just podcast. It's the shits.
This comedian Marnie P checking in from the S.H.I.T.S podcast.
We are now back at the S.H.I.T.S podcast, and we have two awesome guests. My girl Liz Toussaint, B. Karrington. And we have just been talking about energy, kids, wanting to hurt motherfuckers. We're just going all over the place with this shit. So this question I'm throwing out there, and it's, prepare yourself for it. So B, you say you're married. And you have a special someone, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. At what phase in a relationship do you think it is wise for couples to honestly discuss fantasies?
My husband is over there. Well, I was always shy, and I think he was shy as well. But we are on year 6, okay?
Congratulations.
And we just started discussing those. And I'm talking about like a deep dive, me covering my face because I was scared of his response, So it was kind of like, oh my God, am I telling him this,
Yeah. And
him rubbing my back as if, I just told him something detrimental because he was like, you know what? It's okay.
It's okay if you dream about Dolomite. Go ahead, though.
So I don't know. I feel like whenever you all feel comfortable, because some people feel comfortable with each other within, 5 or 6 months, of talking about those things.
Know about that shit. How about you, Liz?
Can you repeat the question?
At what phase in a relationship do you think it is wise for a couple to honestly discuss fantasies?
Wise for a couple?
Yeah, meaning like...
Honestly. No. Because I'm thinking about the word wise as if...
You don't want to fuck up the relationship.
Heard, okay. Yeah. So you don't want to fuck up the relationship.
You don't want them thinking that, this motherfucker like 4 motherfuckers.
So my thing is I think it's in the door.
Really?
Yeah, because think about it. If you can't be who you totally are with your person, you need to make a decision about whether or not you want to be in that relationship quickly. Because you be with somebody for a long time and then you're like, okay, I'm 2 years in. I'm going to go ahead and tell him about this thing that I like to do. You know what I'm saying? And then he look at you like, what? And now you can't be who you
like
are.
Like peeing on turtles. It's like,
You can't be who you are in your relationship.
right.
And now you feel a way about yourself because your biggest fear came true.
Okay.
And now you with this person because you do love them and you spent this time with them. You invested this much life with this person. You want to stay with them, but now I can't be this part of me with you. You know then what happens?
What?
Pew.
Oh, his stuff go down.
The relationship goes.
The
Oh.
relationship goes to
Oh,
hell.
my bad. I read that wrong. My fault.
The relationship.
Because I said,
My bad. I was
Yeah,
sorry.
the relationship takes a toll
Yeah.
because now you were holding that back, right?
Yeah.
And now that you let it out, it's not invited into your relationship,
Right.
right?
Can't
So
do
now
it.
you got a part of yourself that has to sit outside of your relationship and not get cared for if you care about the relationship.
You can't even talk about
You
it.
can't talk about it. You can't go get it from nobody else.
Damn.
or you could go get it from somebody else, but then that'll be deemed cheating,
And then you would be rocking the relationship.
right? And so that's the relationship going downhill.
All right. That was very informative. Very informative. So, for everybody out there, listen, as soon as you meet somebody, come in the door, tell them you like gangbangs. That, right,
Hey,
that's your thing.
If that's your thing,
That's your thing. Tell them in the door. You
I'm
know
into
what I'm saying?
this. Are you into that?
By the way, my name is such and such. You know what I'm saying? So, I wanted to talk about your transition into radio because I think that's awesome.
Thank
Uh,
you.
What did you ever see that? No.
No, I didn't see radio. And so this is the interesting thing about my book. And I know I keep talking about it like
as you should.
But the interesting thing about my book, Who Do You Think You Are? It's not really about you knowing the answer. It's about you finding out. Because you need me to say that again?
Say it again.
So the book, Who Do You Think You Are? Is not so much about you knowing the answer, but you finding out. Because I found out who I was in this process, right?
Right.
And who you think you are is usually attached to what you do.
Yep.
And so
I'm a janitor.
yeah,
I'm a pilot.
exactly.
I'm a
So
car cracker.
I was a singer,
Right.
and I was unfulfilled in my body, but I knew that music was what I wanted to do.
Right.
Here's what I didn't realize and what I found out doing this book is that I did music because it made me feel better.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do music because I wanted to be where Beyonce is because that kind of is scary. You know what I'm saying? I did music because it was therapy for me.
Yeah.
I did country music because country music was structured in a way where they acknowledged the problem, but by the time you got to the end of the song, they gave you the answer.
Right.
And so
That's therapy.
in my 20s, I was listening to country music on 65th and Damon. Gunshots in the background, sirens just all the time. And I would just turn the country music up and listen to the answers in the songs.
Right.
And then I started patterning my life around those stories that was complete fiction for me. But I was able to create my life based on a life I had never seen before.
Okay.
Through country.
Just blocking out all the gunshots from the GDs. and
Absolutely.
PDs. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up?
From country music.
Damn. I mean, you got a beautiful story.
Thank you.
Real talk.
I appreciate that.
Were there any radio personalities that you felt like you took a page out of their book? Like you kind of took parts of them and you added to what you do?
No, my radio life is completely random. And I know I just went on a tangent and didn't get to the point, but I said all of that to say that because I wanted to be a singer so bad, nothing else was on my radar.
Okay.
So when I started using my book started putting me in places I wouldn't have otherwise been based on where I feel good.
Right.
And so I started only doing the things that felt good to me. I started letting my heart tell me what to do.
Yeah.
I let my nervous system tell me what was going on around me. I let my brain think of the things and receive the messages, but I did what my heart said do.
Yeah.
So,
because that's what the truth is at.
because that's what the truth is. So if I was telling myself the truth and showing up truthfully as who I am,
Yeah.
then it looked like me having a residency at Tavern on the Grange with my daughter's father for 3 years.
Yeah.
And we did that with the honesty in our hearts. You know what I'm saying? And it worked, right? And then it looked like us doing a podcast, and everything that I did, I had no background in. And I had
But you did it well, though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I didn't have nothing behind it. It was just, we were just living.
Yeah.
And then in me just living, I found out who I was. And I found out that I like to talk. and this here comes the manifestation part, right? Because after you do all of this work, you're doing it all because you're trying to manifest the experience, right? The manifestation part comes when I get a random phone call telling me to come audition for a radio show that I did not even realize was a radio show. I thought it was a podcast.
Wow.
Wow.
And then I get a phone call from him telling me, congratulations, you on 106. And I was like, what?
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, the interview you did, that was for Soul 106, and we on Sunday. I was like, what? So, no, I don't have no strategy for something that I had that was God given to me. I'm doing what God says every single day. That's my strategy.
But it's from the heart, though.
So it didn't come from no other radio personalities.
That's dope.
Like, I literally just show up as myself every day and do whatever God says that I'm supposed to do.
Okay. So this question applies to both of you all. Your opinions. What do you think makes a great radio show?
For me, it has to be interesting. It has to be honest. Those are my two. To me, those are my two major. That's what makes me listen to, radio. And I don't just listen to the music. I listen to them talk. So I want to hear the honesty. I don't want you to just go with what you think everyone wants to hear. Right. I want your honest opinion. I want you to tell me how you felt about it, and make it interesting.
Yeah.
I don't want it to sound like a dry eyes commercial.
A dry eyes commercial.
Do you remember that?
I don't. No. Okay. Gotta take a break real quick. Hey, yo, shout out to all the motherfuckers out there that don't remember the dry eyes commercials. It's just me. It's the Shits podcast, y'all. It's the Shits.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Monsoons, the Rob from the Ownership Club and the Shits podcast. Just letting y'all know about the hottest after party going on every Sunday at the Hideaway, 1245 Burnham Avenue in Calumet City, Illinois. Every Sunday, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. It's the shit.
Yo, we are now back at the Shits podcast, and we in here just chopping it up, shooting the shit. It's one of those nights where you just shooting the shit. And Liz, question: what do you think makes a great radio show?
I think great music makes a great radio show.
And
then I think a fun time being heard makes a great radio show.
Bam.
Yeah.
Which goes into the honesty part.
Yeah.
And interest part, yeah. What do you think? What do both of y'all think? Radio is lacking now these days.
Music.
It was quick.
Well, it depends on the radio we're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true.
So I agree on the radio stations that are pushing out the new music. I feel like we're not getting the feels.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
On the radio stations that are nostalgic, I think we're probably missing some heart-to-heart type of.
Bam. Yeah, I agree.
Because, like, if you're a nostalgic radio station, then every time period had a vibe, right? And so to truly honor the vibe of that time and those people, then you would need to, like, really honor the music of that time and then honor the conversation that they're having right now.
I agree. I agree with both of y'all. Well, you didn't say that.
I said music.
Oh, music.
I think it's missing music. I can say that 9 out of 10, I kind of don't even really listen to the radio as much as I used to when I was younger.
Yeah.
It was a thing to get in the car with my mom And as we're going to the grocery store, you know, we love turning it on. Well, in Memphis, 97.1, you know. So we would listen to that music, and it would be a time, you know, we singing loud, can't sing, you know. And now it's to the point where as soon as I get in the car, I'm like, oh, nope, turn this off. Let me go ahead and put on my, you know, Apple, you know, anything, you know. I don't even listen to, you know, back then it was more so you wanted to hear what they said. You know, radio people back in the day were like celebrities, you know, like,
no, you're right.
They were like celebrities.
Right.
So it was just that it was just a feel that they gave us, the conversations, you know, and stuff like that. So
no, I feel that. I'm going flipping back to the book. You can hold it up again. That was your cue. That was a cue for you to hold it up.
Missing my cue. It's okay.
I
give myself grace.
There you go. What do you think it would have been a huge difference if you would have read that book? If Liz Toussaint had read that book 10 years ago, do you think it would have been a huge difference, and how?
100% it would have been a huge difference.
How?
Because I would have had tools to allow me to move through certain stuff and enjoy the moment. Because I've had a lot of great times in my life, right? And while I was having those great times, I was also going through stuff.
Okay.
You know how that is, right? You going through life, you still going to the club, you still hanging out with your friends.
That's true.
You still don't know if you gonna make it through tomorrow, but you still gonna go kick it. You know what I'm
gas on E.
Gas on E. You still
my shit on E right now.
You still doing all of the things. You know, I was performing, and I was a single mother of 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so if I would have had this book, it would have absolutely allowed me the grace to give to myself that I was doing the best that I could at the time.
Right.
With what I had, right? And accepting who I was at the time, and then allowing myself to drop my shoulders and my jaw and breathe. Because we all walking around.
Yes.
Like this.
Right.
As soon as somebody says drop your shoulders, you ain't even realize you had them up. Go ahead, drop your shoulders.
He's like, she ain't talking to me. Like, I call the police on you. That's awesome. That's awesome. Like, I think that's an awesome answer, because, like, I always think people ask the question, if you can go back in time and change something, what would you change? And I always respond to people, I say nothing, because I feel like that's what got you where you at. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that you are where you're at for a reason. You know what I'm saying? The challenge and the beauty and all that is learning. You know what I'm saying? And once you learn it, it's like you have that aha moment. Like, damn.
Yeah.
You know, wonder why my car got stolen. They told me to buy a Kia. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that's awesome. So what's next for Liz Toussaint?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know.
Better read that book again.
That's the thing is that me working through the book is just giving me the tools, like reminding me, because I've had to use several of the tools this week with my dad going into the hospital. It got real. So I had to go through now mind you, I've done this book already. That's how I wrote the book.
Yeah.
Right? So I know I already have my systems in place. When you go through the book, you're creating systems for yourself.
Right.
That you will then follow as you move through the world.
Okay.
My system's already in place, so I just had to there was some I haven't had to use in a long time.
Yeah.
Like there's one that I do with your sensory of smell. When I feel like I'm about to have an anxiety attack, then I go take a shower and I have a concoction of a specific smell that completely changes my energy. I know me. You know what I'm saying?
What's the smell?
It's a combination, and typically I smell like it because I spray myself with it, so that when I'm with myself, if I find myself having a panic attack, then I can just.
I thought you was about to hit one of these numbers. Real quick. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like,
with the fat Amy. No,
I was
no, I'll go and smell my wrist.
There you go.
To calm myself down.
Yeah.
And all of us are going through stuff. And I know I'm not the only person that's walking around trying to do great things while also having anxiety attacks.
That's true.
Yes, that's true. But I did want to ask you something because I read that you used to do retreats.
Still do.
I still do
Do you
retreats.
still?
I still
When
do
is
retreats.
the next one?
So, the next one, because I am just doing what God says, right? I don't really have a schedule.
Okay.
If somebody wants a retreat from me, I will absolutely look at my calendar and make one available.
Okay.
It will have to be a minimum of 10 people.
Okay.
Because we have to get the location and the food and get the books, because we do work the book in the retreat.
Great.
And I just go around and watch, just coach people through stuff. People share things. We move through stuff. And at the end of the day, it's a day of rest. Because you get to come and just let it all go and just be yourself. I had a person came, a good friend of mine. She slept through the most of it. And she looked at me, and I looked at her, and she saw me see her sleep. And she was like, because she knows that I know that having the ability to lay down and go to sleep and nobody ask you for nothing and nobody need nothing
That's
from
a
you.
beautiful thing.
Ain't nobody gonna tell you why you sleeping in here and not doing the work.
Shit.
She know that in the space with me, whatever it is that you need right now, you got that. And if laying down and nobody asking me for nothing is something that I can offer to somebody, then that's what I want to do.
We're going to have to get that retreat together.
Yeah, because a retreat is really about the individual. It's about what the individual actually needs in that moment. And so if me creating a space for women to get together, and as you figure out what you need, we allow you to be whatever that is within reason.
and niggas need naps.
Yeah.
Straight up. That's
Niggas
that's
need
a
naps.
t-shirt.
That's your retreat.
Niggas need naps. Goddamn. Straight
I
up.
wouldn't mind doing a niggas
Patent
need
pending.
nap retreat.
Niggas need naps. Straight up. Niggas need naps. Foco Diddy said, niggas need naps. Hey, man, we're going to take a break real quick, and we're going to come right back, and we're going to play this game. Shout out to all the motherfuckers out there, man, that's going to retreats and falling asleep and getting left at the retreat. You ain't getting your money back. Deposit not refundable, goddamn. It's just podcast. Just the shits.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? It's the American Dream, the American Nightmare, the Heartbreak Kid, Young Baka. And when I come to Chicago, I check in, I get on the radio with the S.H.I.T.S podcast. One more time, man. Give a big shout out to the S.H.I.T.S podcast. Young Baka Productions, man. Holla us. We out here.
We're now back at the Shits podcast. And niggas need naps. Straight up. I'm gonna keep saying it because it
You
needs
should throw that retreat. I will help you do it.
No, you said something about the retreat. I just said I'm coming. God damn it, straight up. I don't want to steal your thunder. I think it's an awesome idea. Right up there with niggas need naps. All right, y'all. We're gonna do this thing real quick. This is what we do on the show. All right, y'all. This is the game portion of the show. And this week's contestants is not only B.
Karrington.
Go take that back.
The champagne is burnt.
All right. B. Karrington and Liz Toussaint. I told y'all this matter today, y'all. Forgive me. All right, so.
Good find.
So, the game this week is called What You Texting For, right? So, the object of this game is I'm going to give you a scenario, and you are to respond what you would text 4 words. The 4 words you would text back.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the scenario, all right? You ready?
I'm stressed, but go ahead.
It's easy. All right, first one. For B. Easy. You calling off work. You texting your supervisor.
My child couldn't go to school today. She's sick.
4 words. You got to do 4 words.
4 words.
You got to text 4 words.
Not going to. No. Wait Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait.
That's more than 4 words.
That's more than 4 words. Not unless I use the abbreviations.
Nope.
Can't use, okay. Can't use abbreviations.
Mm-mm.
I'm not coming.
I'm not coming.
Today.
There you go. Bam.
Today.
See, that easy. All right, Liz, this is for you.
Oh God.
You see your girl's guy out with another girl. So you texting her.
I'm trying to figure out how I feel about it. About how I feel about her. See,
It's your girl. It's one of your main girls. You see her guy
I'm
out.
gonna tell you, the first thing that comes to mind,
4 words.
hurt. The first thing that comes to mind is 4 words and a bunch of dots.
Mhm.
Bitch. ... Call me now.
Oh, damn, that's scary. That's scary. Damn, that's scary. Because I feel like, man, motherfuckers been through that. All right, B. Somebody owe you money, and you want your money.
I need me. I need me. Now.
I need my shit. There you go. All right, last one. Liz, you made a mistake and sent a nude pic to your supervisor.
My hypothetical supervisor.
Right, your hypothetical supervisor.
And I gotta send a text in 4 words.
And because you made a mistake and sent that nude pic.
Sorry, not for you.
There we go. Damn. All right, y'all.
That was a lot.
Name of that game was What You Texting For. Hey, you only gonna hear that shit on the Shits podcast. If you hear anybody else do it, slap shit out of them because you're only gonna hear it here. And we're gonna come right back, wrap up this interview with Liz Toussaint. Please, I hope I get it right. B. Karrington. Yeah. All right, y'all. It's the Shits podcast, y'all. It's the shit. For all erotic needs and adult needs, hit up Cole Pleasures, COLE Pleasures.com. That's www.colepleasures.com. It's the shits. All right, y'all. We are now back at the Shits podcast, and we've been in here chilling tonight, man. We got B. Karrington, which I got to put this out there, y'all. I just met her today. She's awesome. She's fucking awesome, straight up. Y'all make sure that y'all follow her on TikTok. Let them know where to follow you at.
My TikTok is b.carrington. And my Instagram is bcarrington as well. So you can follow me on both of those platforms. And if you got any tea for me, let me know.
And Liz.
Yes.
The book is right there, y'all.
Yes.
Y'all get that book. Not only can y'all get that book, y'all can listen to Liz Toussaint every Sunday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. with the Ownership Club on Soul 106.3. She also has music out. She has a phenomenal daughter that she's managing.
Yes, Miss Layla Marie.
Yes. Let people know how to find you.
So you can find me on Instagram at L2Saint, or you can go to mylifeislit.com and subscribe to find out when we have retreats.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I can't even say it. Just let me know about the next retreat. Straight up. I don't want to let the cat out the bag, y'all. Straight up.
Oh Lord.
I can't. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Make fans, not followers. Followers that get you clout, but fans that get you work. Trust the process. Do something to get you out the bed in the morning. Be creative. Be passionate. Be true to yourself. Y'all can find me at the Shits Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You can find me at Monsoons to Raw. That's STARAW. A lot of motherfuckers fuck up the last name. It's all good. What else? You can find me at Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Anywhere you get podcasts, you can find the Shits Podcast. Also, shout out to the 312 Music Awards. Just went to their media day today, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's going to be off the hook, y'all. I'm putting it out there. It's going to be off the hook. So y'all make sure y'all stay in tune with the 312 Music Awards. Everybody affiliated with the 312 Music Awards is doing a lot for the city of Chicago, especially the arts and the creatives. And, man, if y'all want to get in contact with me, hit up social media or find me on the street. Well, don't find me on the street because y'all motherfuckers weirdos. And I'll holler at y'all next time. It's the shit, y'all. Oh, wait. Can't leave without saying this. Shout out to the one, the only, Decaders, a.k.a. Gorilla Glue, because without him, none of this shit would be possible. All this shit y'all see right here is because of Decaders. Everything, the music is because of Decaders. And he won't accept flowers, but I get a man his flowers every chance that I can, man. And I'm out. Y'all stay tuned. It's the shits.